one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's meeting was noticed in compliance with the South Carolina Freedom of Information Act. This commission acts in review and recommending capacity for comprehensive plan amendments, text amendments to the Charleston County Zoning and Land Development Regulations Ordinance, rezonings, and plan developments. The commission has decision-making authority on road name change requests, public project reviews, appeals of administrative decisions on final plats and subdivision matters, as well as other matters pursuant to Chapter 29, Title 6, Section 6-29-340 of the Code of Laws of South Carolina as amended. If you wish to speak at today's meeting, please fill out the sign-in sheet by the door. My name is Pete Pilatus, Vice Chairman. And for those who cannot see nameplates, to my right are Luke Morris, Marlena Davis, and Adam McConnell. And to my left are David Kent, Warwick Jones, Logan Davis, and Susan Cox. Also seated to my right is Commission Attorney Kevin D'Antonio, and to my left, Joel Evans, Director of Planning and Zoning. Joel, I'll let you introduce staff.
Andrea Melisek, the Deputy Director, Marsha Miller, Tamara Avery, Wynn Carlisle, and also we have Monica Eustace and Stephanie Ondo as well. And Kyle Foster, who's our arborist, he's here as well.
Thank you, Joel. I would like to remind you that in order to get a good recording of the meeting for the minutes, please speak loudly and clearly into your microphones, and please do not talk over one another. The first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the August 12, 2024 meeting. Is there a motion and a second? Second.
Can I just make a comment?
Sure.
I thought it was very good when I was reading the minutes that there was... I thought it was very good when I was reading the minutes that there was a summary of a part of the meeting, our last meeting, relating to Dewey's Island. It was a summary that brought all together the points that were made, and I thought that for anybody reading the minutes, it was an excellent summary and gave a very clear idea as to why the decision that was made. And I think it would be nice if we continued doing that, if possible. And I guess another thing, maybe some people noticed that there was a letter to the editor recent days, criticising the Planning Commission and the decision on Dewey's Islands. I just let it pass, but I just draw your attention to it. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a motion and a second. Can we call the roll for approval of the minutes?
Commissioner Logan Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Marlena Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Jones.
Aye.
Commissioner Kent.
Aye.
Commissioner McConnell.
Aye.
Commissioner Morris.
Aye.
Vice Chair Pilatos.
Aye.
Commissioner Cox.
I was absent, so I'll abstain.
The ayes have it.
Thank you. The next agenda item is SBDV 0324022725, a subdivision plat application taking one existing lot and creating a total of 4 lots for TMS 583-00-00-383 at 1742 Habersham Road. I believe Tamara Avery is going to give the presentation.
Yes. Good afternoon. So we have a subdivision plat before the commission today, SBDV 0324022725, and it is a proposal to make 4 lots from one existing lot. This is the future land use map of the property. The current zoning of the property, which is S3 zoning district. An aerial view of the property, FEMA flood zone map. There's site pictures of the property. And again. And this is the proposed plat. It is taking one existing lot and creating 4 lots under the S3 zoning district. And you'll note that Tugman Lane will be improved to a 50-foot wide right-of-way, meeting secondary county road standards, because there are 2 adjacent lots behind these proposed 4 lots that will be accessing off of Tugman. So ordinance requires that anything over 4 lots would have to meet a 50-foot wide right-of-way with secondary county road standards. And this is a zoomed in version of the parcel, because at the HPC there were some concerns about the adjacent property having grand trees and would they be impacted by the proposed development. So we had our arborist go out and review the health of the trees and the encroachment. And the proposed development falls within the allowed encroachment. And I believe one tree that was concerned about was a D or an F. This is a section of the ZLDR for the S3 minimum lot standards. This is a section of South Carolina State Law 629-340, which puts the approval and denial of subdivision plats for the Planning Commission. And this is section 21-6A of the Historic Preservation Ordinance, which allows subdivision plats to go before the HPC for determination if it is consistent or inconsistent with the comprehensive plan. And this is the cultural resource element goal of that section. And then these are the strategies. And this is what the HPC reviews to determine if it's consistent or inconsistent. So at the Historic Preservation Commission, all 8 members of the HPC stated the proposed subdivision is not consistent with the cultural resource element of the comprehensive plan, citing inconsistencies with the element goals, statements, and strategies of CR1, CR3, CR7, CR13. No member stated the proposed subdivision is consistent with the cultural resource element of the comprehensive plan. And then these are just the goals listed out. And I also would like to note that the S3 zoning district was created for the settlement communities. And this plat does comply with the S3 zoning district standards. So staff recommendation for this application complies with all requirements of the ZLDR. Therefore, staff recommends approval. And the property was posted and notified. 271 notification letters were sent out, posted in the Post and Courier, and signs were placed on 7/29/2024. For the Historic Preservation Commission, no public comment was received prior to the meeting. 1 person spoke in opposition of the application, 1 person spoke in support of the application, and 2 people gave general comments. And as of the deadline for this meeting, no public comment was received. And that's it.
Thank you. We appreciate staff's comprehensive report. Are there any questions for staff from commission members? Mr. Morris?
So I know that we're here to look at the subdivision of the properties, but in terms of, I know it's an existing road as well, but who owns the road, Tugman? Is it private, on the private property?
Yes, it's going to be private.
Okay, and then the adjacent roads, or the road that it goes onto, is that county, city, state?
Habersham is, let's see, I don't know if I could, is a state road.
And the reason I ask is because, and I know that's another list of requirements, but the proximity that it has to the adjacent intersection, if that's going to be like a later determination that could potentially change that road layout, or?
No, the road is going to remain as it is shown. They've
Okay.
already received coordination with SCDOT.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Ms. Cox?
Question, particularly since our arborist is here. In looking at the plat, it looks like there are a number of grand trees that are pretty much smack dab in the middle of these lots. How is that going to affect what's built there? At what point does BZA get involved? What's the story?
Most of those oaks on the far right-hand parcel have already been permitted to be removed.
Okay.
They have some serious defects of hardwood decay.
Okay. Got you. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. We'll now hear public comment. Each speaker will be limited to 2 minutes. Please state your name and address before giving your comments.
And we just had one person sign up to speak, Bill Brodsky.
Hi, I'm Bill Brodsky. I am the owner and the applicant. All right, we've done everything with everybody, including the South Carolina DOT. We've already got their approvals. We're only waiting for one other write-off. It's kind of like a domino effect where one person has to sign off, so we're just waiting for the drainage, and then the DOT will sign off. We've almost got everything and everybody done that we have to get done. So I've already met with Kyle a number of times in the field. We've gone over the trees. We went over the trees on the adjacent property. There's only really one tree that'll I have to deal with, and that's on Lot 4. And I'll figure out how to build a house that won't affect the tree. So the rest of it, when I originally came to buy the property, the first 2 lots, 1 and 2, they were pretty much denuded. The not the prior owner, but the owner before that, clear cut those 2 lots. So I'm trying to work with the adjacent neighbor, where when I'm done, I'll put up some trees along the edge of the property to give her some screening as well. So I think in the long run, I think it'll look pretty nice when I'm all said and done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's now closed to public comment. Is there a motion and a second from the commission?
Second.
So we have a motion for approval, staff's recommendation, and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay. Hearing none, if it's time for a vote, let's call for a roll, please.
Commissioner Logan Davis?
Aye.
Commissioner Marlena Davis? No. Commissioner Jones?
Aye.
Commissioner Kent?
Aye.
Commissioner McConnell?
Aye.
Commissioner Morris?
Aye.
Vice Chair Pilatos?
Aye.
Commissioner Cox?
I'm going to agree with historic preservation.
The ayes have it.
Thank you. This is the final decision of the Planning Commission. If any person with a substantial interest in a decision of the Planning Commission chooses to appeal this decision, they may do so to the Circuit Court of Charleston County. Such appeal shall be filed within 30 calendar days after today's date. Last item on the agenda is chair's remarks, which there are none. So if there is no further business, this meeting of the Charleston County Planning Commission stands adjourned. The Planning Commission will hold its next regularly scheduled meeting on Monday, October 14, 2024 at 2 p.m. in council chambers. Thank you.